Hello, today we're going to be exploring the speed grader. So first you're going to need to be logged into your Canvas portal, and then you'll need to be on your dashboard. So we're going to start on our dashboard today because on the top right hand corner you have this handy dandy to-do list. So every time a student submits something to your course or any assignment that you've made, it will show up right here in the to-do list. You can also, of course, grade assignments directly from your gradebook by clicking onto the course. So this is our sandbox example. You can go to grades, and in grades we can see if we, filter out all of the assignments, we can see if there's any assignments to grade because they'll have this nice little assignment icon. So here you can always open it up and give a point value if you want to. You can change the status, late, missing, excused, whatever you'd like to do. But if you ever see this little icon in your gradebook, it means it's time to grade. So you can access this and grade this assignment by clicking the little arrow inside and clicking the speed grader, and it will take you directly to that student and that student submission. If you have more than one student submission, you can always click the three dots next to the name and go to the speed grader, which will take you to all of your students in the speed grader as well. So these are two ways to get to the speed grader. The easiest and my favorite way, however, is to go to your dashboard, see your to-do list, and click on the name of your assignment. You'll notice that it says 1 here. That means only one student has submitted the assignment. If you click this little X, it will ignore until there's a new submission. So if you are the type of person who wants to grade everything at once and you see, oh, one student has submitted, I'm going to ignore that until 5, 6, 7, 10, 20, 30 students submit, and then I'll go in and grade. Or if you're the type of person who likes to grade as you go, you might be working during a scheduled part of your day or your office hours where you're going to be dedicating some time to grading, and you might see, oh, I've got one student who submitted this assignment. I want to go ahead and grade it now. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Something else to kind of notice about this to-do list, it'll tell you the name of the course, the name of the assignment, and here the point value and the due date. So this is also just a quick reference for you as well. So let's go ahead and go in the speed grader by clicking on the name of it in the to-do list. So here you'll notice that I've got a downloaded document. I used Turnitin, so I've got a Turnitin score. And here you'll notice that I've got this nice bar of editing. You only get these editing tools for documents that have been submitted. So PDF files or .doc files or other types of document files. If you have students submit just a text entry where they type themselves or copy paste into Canvas, you do not get these resources or tools. So if you are wanting to annotate and describe and write on someone's paper, you're going to want to make sure you ask your students to submit a PDF or a .doc or other type of document. So the first thing about the speed grader is this top blue bar here. So here, this little icon will take you to the gradebook. So it's the top left icon. The eyeball here will allow you to hide or post grades. So as soon as you've graded one student, and it will allow you to hide grades, and that means that none of the students will get to see any of your feedback, comments, the rubric, their grade, or anything until you post those grades. So that can be nice if you're grading a lot of essays and you don't want your students to be notified every single time you make an annotation or a comment. Maybe you want to do all of the annotations and comments and then post it afterwards. So that can be really helpful. The settings, you've got a couple of options here. So the first one is option, then keyboard shortcuts, and then help. So the help is nice. It'll take you to the speed grader Canvas guides if you need any help. There's all these really nice, quick FAQ lists. So that's great. Let's go back here. The next thing from the bottom is the keyboard shortcuts. So if you're a type of person like me who likes to streamline things, then you might want to do J for next student, K for previous student, C for leaving a comment, G for changing the grade, and R for using the rubric. So if I click R, for example, it'll open up my rubric there. So that's really great. And so you can use those shortcut keys to make your grading a little faster. And then the last thing is this options. So options, you can sort the student list by student name alphabetically by the date that they submitted. So I like this one because then the students who submitted earlier will get their grading done earlier. And then by submission status, needs grading or not submitted is also a nice one as well, because it will put everything that you've graded already down at the very bottom of the list, and it'll pop the things you need to grade up to the top. The other thing you can do is you can hide student names in SpeedGrader. This is a great function if you are ever demoing or showcasing something, but it's also really nice if you have teaching assistants and you want, them to be grading it without maybe knowing the student's name. So this can also be a really nice setting. So we'll go ahead and just save this settings here, and you'll notice it'll refresh the page. At the top, you've got your name. If you click on it, it will take you back to your assignment page where you can preview the details, deadline, rubrics. But this is also really nice because you can also download all of the submissions. So I really like this function when I'm grading essays if I want to use track changes in Word. So I might restrict the assignment to Word documents only for my students. I'll go ahead and click this download submissions. It'll gather everything into a zip file. It'll download it. I'll go ahead and open that file. I'll unzip it. I don't know why it's not unzipping. Oh, here we go. Extract all. And then I'll go ahead and extract that. It'll open up the student name, and then I can view this right in Word, and I can go to review and I can track my changes, and then I can save it. The important thing is that you don't change the name of these files. So when I exit, I'll want to go ahead and sure I can save my changes, and then what I'm going to have to do is I'll zip them all back up, and then you'll notice on my screen I now have a re-upload submission. So if I click re-upload submissions, it will tell you exactly what you need to do and how you need to zip them back up and make sure that the student file names are still the same. And then you can click upload files, and what this will do is it will upload that document right to your, we can upload this here. Oh, it has to be zipped. So sorry. Okay, I've got the zipped file here now. I can upload it, and what this will do is it will attach the file to each individual student's comment area. So you'll need to make sure to tell the students to go to their feedback area in their grades to do that. So we can go back to our assignment. We can also view the upload status and all those great things. So that's another great feature of the SpeedGrader. You can just click on the name and it will take you to that assignment and allow you to download all of your student submissions at once if you'd like to work offline. So that's really great about the SpeedGrader. Up here, it'll show you a little countdown of what you've graded and how many submissions. And then you'll have a little list here. So you'll notice this has an orange dot. An orange dot means that the student has submitted something, but it hasn't been graded yet. A green dot means the student submitted it and you have already given it a grade. A gray dot means that there is no submission. So that's kind of nice. You can organize your student list, and you can of course go back and forth through your students. If you'd like to access your Turnitin, if you've enabled the Turnitin feature for your assignment, you can click on this as well, and it'll take you to your Turnitin framework. And here you can grade and turn it in. You can see the reports and the scores and all of these different things, and you can see, where any potential plagiarism may be. And we know that this is not actual plagiarism here. This is just a website that it's that it's notified us about, and so you can look at this as well. So that's kind of nice. So you can use Turnitin right directly with Canvas. You can also download individually the assignment by clicking on the little download arrow next to its name. If students have multiple assignments, they'll show up underneath here, and you can rotate between them and leave annotated feedback here. You can also assign a grade, or if you've used a rubric, you can open up the rubric and you can click on the scores and it will automatically give you the score. If it doesn't automatically give you the score, then that means you have not enabled the rubric to give a score. So we'll have to click on the name, go back to our assignment, scroll down here to our rubric, click on the pencil, and what we'll want to make sure is we say use this rubric for assignment grading. So this is a common thing that happens for a lot of faculty. We get a lot of, hey, my rubric isn't working, or it's not updating the score in the gradebook. Well, this might be why. So make sure when you attach or use a rubric, you always select use this rubric for assignment grading. We'll go ahead and click update. I can go back to my SpeedGrader and I can refresh that page. and then I'll need to redo my grade for that rubric so that it, acknowledges it. And now I've got this nice grade from my rubric. So if you ever get that issue, that's a nice troubleshoot for you. You'll notice here that I've got that attached file. So that is that auto upload I did. So if you download the files and re-upload, they'll appear here. And students can click on it and see all of your feedback. So it says see attached file, and then they can review it. You can also leave feedback here by attaching another file. You can leave recorded media or upload audio files as well if you want to leave them audio or video. And here you can leave speech recognition. So you can record it, and as you speak, it will type things out for you, which is really great. And then at the bottom, once you've given, a grade and different things like that, if you allow multiple submissions on your assignment, then you can reassign the assignment to a student. Now, if you've only set your assignment to be a limited one-time submission only, you won't be able to reassign the assignment. But if you allow multiple attempts or multiple drafts, you can give them your feedback and then reassign it so that they can make corrections and re-upload it in the same place. If you do that, you'll have the original document and the new uploaded one, and it will identify which one is which and give you a drop-down menu with the date and time that the two have been submitted. So you can very easily tell the difference between the original document and the new the newly uploaded version as well. So these are really, really wonderful aspects of the SpeedGrader that I really love. The other thing that I really like about the SpeedGrader is this great annotations here. So you can go through the different pages of the document to view it. You can download it once again from here. You can download this after you've annotated it as well if you want to have an offline copy. And then up here you can rotate, zoom in, zoom out. You can make it full screen or not, depending on how you want to work. And this arrow here allows you to select items. And once you've selected it, you can ping it, you can highlight it, you can add text, you can strike through it, or you can write on it. You can also handwrite here. If you have, one of those really nice bamboo pens or styluses that you use with your iPad or other Wacom devices or things like that, you can use that as well, and you can use your stylus to write directly on these files. So a lot of faculty I work with really like to use the SpeedGrader on their iPads or other devices where they can handwrite comments with their stylus. So that's pretty cool. You can also box things in and leave a direct comment. Here you can leave a comment as well. I don't know why that didn't work this time. There we go. So you can leave a comment. You can strike through. You can also highlight here and put text as well. Hopefully your feedback is better than mine, right? These are just examples of things you can do. You can use the highlighter and highlight different parts as well. And you can change the color of the highlighting as well if you are more of a visual person with color, and you can say, yellow means this, blue means this, green means this, etc., etc. And you can give them, a scoring guide for yourself. You can also ping something, so maybe you can put a little ping under España and maybe say, oops, this might be Portugal. It's not, but if it were, you can do that as well. My annotations are not working, which is not a great... This has been happening on my computer. It does not happen on my other devices. So here, you can leave feedback and notes and things like that for students. You can scroll through the document and all of that. So this is one of my favorite attributes of the SpeedGrader. So once I've annotated it, I can download a version of the annotations and then I can see them offline. So then if I want to keep, a copy of that, for my, files or portfolios or things like that, I can do that as well, or if I'm worried about tech issues and whatnot, you can always download that as well. So this is the SpeedGrader, and there's just a lot of really, really great things to do. You can change the font, you can change a lot of things, the color of the font and stuff, but the things that I use the most are the rubric. I really like the audio comments, especially if I'm teaching a writing course, because then I can leave, comments back and they can hear my voice and be like, hey, this is really good here, but I'm worried about this and da-da-da. You can do a screencast and talk through them and then upload that video I have a screencast of you walking through them as well. There's a lot of possibilities for the speed grader and what you can do with it. So I hope you've been inspired, and I really, really hope that this video helps you streamline your grading. Have a wonderful day.